Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the greatest show on earth!
Phase 2.
What's back to the Not Fazed Talk Show? Things are a bit different this week.
Yeah.
We've got my friend who is, what would you call you?
A backpacker.
A backpacker. Kick the bucket you were calling yourself for?
Before you kick the bucket, take the bucket. Yeah.
That's class saying.
That's a good, yeah.
That's a cool saying. So he's only back on, you were in Peru? Was that the only place you were?
He didn't give his name.
Dean McCrudden. Sorry. Told you 5 minutes. So you were in Peru?
Yep, I was in Peru. I was in Bolivia for a week, but it wasn't really, you couldn't lift money out or anything like that, so it wouldn't even count.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even count Bolivia as somewhere I've actually been, even though I was out for a week, but it was mostly Peru that stuff happened.
Well, that's cool. So, right, what I want to know first and foremost, right, and this is what I've been thinking. See, whenever you're sitting in the house,
Yep.
how do you come up with where you want to go? Have you got a plan from year to year? Because I know you probably went viral this time from doing it.
Yep.
But this isn't the first time you've ever done it.
No, about 7-8 years I've been doing it for.
Yeah.
Where do I think of where I want to go? There's nowhere I don't want to go. You know what I mean? That way. There's nowhere I don't want to go. But Peru, how I came up with Peru that time around was I wanted to do ayahuasca.
Right.
So that was the basis on that. But different trips, the Ireland cycle was because I wanted to discover my own country.
Yeah.
The Europe trip was just a testing ground to learn how to do it. South America was always wanted with Machu Picchu for my 30th birthday. It just depends.
You're just saying all the stuff that I've wanted to do for so long, and I'm just like, I'm 36 today, and I've done none of those fucking things. I am so
Happy birthday
jealous
to
of you.
Dave, by the way.
Happy birthday, mate.
Fuck off.
But
I didn't start it till I was 27, and that's very old.
And what? So take it back to the start then. What kicked it up? Bring your microphone a bit closer.
Yep.
What inspired you to just say, fuck it, I'm just
I
gonna
actually
go?
remember a story very vividly. I was self-employed, working for myself. I was making decent coin.
Yeah.
I'm not going into detail. Right, making decent coin, and everybody around me was having kids, getting married, getting a mortgage, all this stuff that you're meant to do.
Yeah.
But I had my own house from I was 18 or 19, had a car, worked 2 jobs, and I done the shit that they were doing at 26, 27.
You'd already done it.
I'd already done that, yeah, and everybody was like, you need to get married, you need to get a mortgage, you need to sell down, and I just wasn't happy, I wasn't content with my life. So I remember getting in from work one day, I remember as clear as day, I used to have a little iPod, I had a TV in my bedroom, but I never used it, I always used like a wee tablet or iPod, and I typed into YouTube Travel the World.
Yeah.
And one of the first videos came up was a guy called Carl Watson, and he had a documentary series on YouTube called HKDNY, Hong Kong to New York. And him and his best friend saved up for like a year or two and just fucked off backpacking for 9 months. And they went to a lot of places that I've now been to and a lot of places I still want to go to. But that was a 10-part documentary series and I was just addicted to it, man. Every fucking day, get in, watch it again. Any of my friends that I met are girls at the time. I was like, like say you're over. Now my hangover, I was like, you need to check out Carl Watson.
And it's hard showing people stuff what that they're not really fucking into as well, isn't it?
They're not
It
into,
is.
you know,
No, and
you're
they're like, oh yeah, that's wonderful, but wait do you see what happens? Wait do you
you
fucking
see?
see?
Yeah.
Wait do you see how deep in the jungle this fuck goes, this class?
But that's what it was. I've actually talked to him a couple of times on Instagram, but he praised everybody, so it's not like he's getting he recognises him. I've talked to him, but he is
Still nice at the right back, because people wouldn't.
his documentary series is what kickstarted for me, and I always wanted to go to Machu Picchu. It's one of the 7 wonders of the world. Me and my brother, we'd have documentary nights once a week
Right, okay.
where we watch weird conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
love it.
Illuminati, anything.
I don't think we agree with conspiracies in this, do we?
We've been in trouble for a few.
But me and my brother love all that shit, and there's a show called Ancient Aliens.
Love it.
Yes.
Yep.
And what's one of the first things about Machu Picchu? I think it's episode 2 or 3 of the first ever original series. So me and him used to watch that all the time.
But within that, though, as crazy as some of the things are, you do actually learn a lot of historical fact If
Yep.
you
Yeah.
if you extrapolate, obviously, some of the really mad theories, right?
Yep.
Well, some of that could be very plausible, but in general, they're teaching you about the Aztecs and why they built this here. And you're like,
Yes.
Have you checked out the new one for Ancient Apocalypse on Netflix? Your man
Graham Hancock.
Graham Hancock,
Love him.
classmate.
Love him, yeah.
Really, really
Love him.
good. That's one of my favourite. He was the one got me on it, and he was like, "Oh, because I struggle for time to watch it," and he was like, "It's only half an hour."
Yeah, half an
Fucking
episode.
plowed through them, mate.
On,
Aye,
yeah. I'm at the
plowed through
stuff
them.
like that. I truly believe that we had technology maybe similar to, maybe not as studio like as laptops, and all, but the equivalent of
Yeah.
what we
Yeah.
have now back then.
See,
I think it's
people
fascinating.
Yeah.
would argue it's like, we're far more advanced. I think, but are we?
Arba. Yeah.
Like what we deem as advancements is.
I think these
lights and
vapes are pretty
internet.
well advanced.
I think it's Guinness.
You can stick your rum up your arse.
Here, I'll tell you what, I'm sure they had better booze back then than all this regulated shit we have to drink now.
I was in a place in Peru there recently, Cusco, and they make this drink called chicha.
Right.
Chicha, it's basically like jungle juice, or it's like what's the stuff we get in the bottle?
Patching.
Patching,
Right,
similar,
okay.
similar to
Right.
patching, but as you say, the drink's better. They've been making that, so we get. I always try to go places, even though everybody's been to Cusco, it's been to Peru and all, but I always try to go like off the beaten track a wee bit. So I just got on the bus one day and I went, wherever this lands, I ain't getting off.
Okay.
Met this guy.
That's exciting, like.
Yeah,
that
that's-
sounds exciting to me. Like.
That's the best way to do it. I think, as I say, not everybody's been to Peru, but everybody's been to Peru's been to Lima,
Yeah.
been to Cusco.
It's the touristy Peru. They haven't
right.
actually went off and done
Yeah.
Peru.
I like to go places people are like, right.
Where Michaela McCallum didn't go.
Like her. Well, I would go where she's went just to see what happens, you know what I mean?
Say, was it? So that
I
was the
seen one of
building?
them on your story. You were like Dino McCallum or something.
that's pretty
That's what I was laughing.
I met a guy on the second night that was from Newry.
It's
Peru.
If you ever watched this series, there is and a guy from Cork. So we were the Peru free. People Peru with the chances.
That's mad.
So whenever you're going to these places, obviously now you speak well. In my opinion, you speak pretty good Spanish.
Speak a decent level of Spanish.
But
yeah.
whenever you're going to these places and like what is the culture like? Are they welcoming till gringos or whatever you would call it?
Very welcoming, yeah. There's a
Because see, being from here, whenever you're watching, like you just see the bad shit about South America. You never see the good shit. It's always like beheadings, drug dealing,
Depends what you're
gangs. Well, this is true. Mainstream media. Do you know what I mean? So they are welcoming and
very welcome. But the first thing I got when I was going to Peru was like, you're going to do coke. When the first time I went to Colombia, it's
Yeah.
First
Yeah.
time I went to Mexico, it was cartels. And my family and friends were worried about me. And I was like, you've nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
I want to break down that stereotype.
But it's like people coming here and like from far
Yeah.
places thinking, I'm going to get bombed or shot. It's like,
bombed, yeah.
no, you're not.
I'd had that before in Medellin, Colombia, of all places. Somebody said to me, you're from Northern Ireland, you're still bombing each other. And I was like, the stereotype that you have
Yeah.
of us is a stereotype that you have of you.
yeah.
I mean, that sort of way. But very, very welcome. Very welcome. You get your dodgy places, obviously, but I always use, not an analogy, but you can walk down Royal Avenue.
Oh, 100%.
yeah, Castle Street.
What's the difference?
Castle
walking
Street on a
in clean
Saturday
dressing?
morning is
Yeah.
fucking way.
It's because you're more familiar with it here and you know your area.
Your
so if something
boundaries.
goes down, you know what you could do. But if you're far away in a dodgy area,
Yeah.
you're a bit more.
I think it's how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
It helps speaking the language. I
Yeah.
get myself out of a lot of holes by speaking Spanish because they are a bit took back. Like, fuck, he actually speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
Because you actually made the effort to learn.
Yeah, so they might not fuck with you as bad as they would with somebody that doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
I think it's how you carry yourself. You smile, you approach people, and you always learn, how are you? Or that goes a long way. And
Yeah.
how do you too? And if you're having a beer, you're doing a beer as well. And then
Yeah.
that just breaks the ice, and then it goes from
And is
there.
that so? You obviously go out to all these places on your Jack Todd.
Yes.
So how like. I always find it funny as adults how you make friends. Like I've had my child and I watch her make friends and you're like, it's so easy when you're that age. But then as an adult, how could you just go out and sit at a bar and go, all right, pal, want to be my mate?
Yeah.
But that's
yeah.
kind of what you have to do if you're
no
going out
choice.
traveling.
Yeah, but it's like it's not a skill that I learned overnight in high school. When it comes to girls, mostly I was very shy. Didn't know how
Yeah.
to talk to people, and it's something I've learned.
I was the
over
same.
years and years to talk how to talk to people. It's like I always say, if you can't have a conversation with me, that's your fault, not mine, because I can talk all day and and friendly to you, and I can communicate with you. And it doesn't matter what language you speak. It's like body language, smiling.
Yeah.
All the out there is the same in every language. So it's just how you express
That's a
yourself to
good
people.
point, that actually, yeah. Like if you're
Yeah.
going in, no mean, screwing your eyes up at people,
Going like
yeah,
this.
yeah, TVs under the arms, people will take it back up with you.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go in and you're smiling, jokey, and you are like that, you're very life of the party type
Yeah.
of guy, so I get what you mean there. Madness. Right, one thing I want to ask you about, you touched on it earlier a wee bit, I've got a couple of things wrote down. the biking around Ireland, he doesn't know about this. So he drove the whole way around Ireland on a bike.
So he cycled.
He
He
said,
did.
"Hey, what was that like?" And again, what fucking possessed you to do that?
Right, so
See me, mate. I wake up and I have goals. And I go, want to finish this tune, want to DJ here. And Dean's waking up going, know what? I reckon I could drive from Belfast right round the coast of Ireland.
The way this is going, mate, by the end of this, you're going to convince me to stop our duo and just leave the family, go and see the world. So I'll come back.
He does
guys.
talk about this all the time. Like, he
Yeah.
would like to go here
I
and there.
want to actively go and live on an island away from everyone and just be like, fuck life.
do it, mate. If that's in your head, do it. Don't procrastinate.
My missus won't move though.
Bring a fucking laptop and away
she's
you
the
go.
anchor. If she ever said, Dave, pull the anchor up, we are gone.
Oh, yes,
That
sir.
is it.
100%. I hope that comes true for you at some stage. I hope
so do I.
that comes true, mate. I hope that comes true.
But yeah, cycling around Ireland then.
Right, so when I finished backpacking South America, people always ask in my videos, right? I'm not going to get into religion and sectarian. People always say, "Why do you say you're Irish when you're British?" And
We have the same trouble, mate.
I'm like, mate, I don't want to talk about that bullshit. I am Irish. I'm from Ireland.
It makes it easier.
It makes it easier.
Yeah.
See, you're from Ireland. People welcome you in more. You're
From
like,
Northern Ireland, it's like, what's going on here?
I'm not going to try and explain hundreds of years of politics to somebody I've only just met for half an hour. So I just say Ireland,
Yep.
and they just see you as a little leprechaun that can drink.
Yep.
He can drink like fuck. He's good crack. So I just say I'm from Ireland. I'm still proud to say I'm from Ireland, Northern Ireland, Britain, whatever. I'm
know.
proud to say I'm from it all.
We're the same, mate. Everywhere we go, you're Irish, and like, oh yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Why would
I'm
you gigs
fucking
like that,
a
Ireland?
British citizen in Ireland, all right. If that's what you want, I don't care. But I'm not sitting in a green room in a fucking nightclub going, no. But actually,
Yeah.
1921, Northern Ireland was created.
No,
and
to,
all
be,
that.
to be fair, we did sit and discuss Brexit in a car with,
With
Scott
Scott Project.
Project for quite a long period of time.
But that's he was.
But no, I do agree with you. It just makes life so much. For where you're from, Ireland, everyone knows it. Yes, there you go. And as you say, drink.
You always
Yeah,
get
have a
good
laugh.
reception.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was in South America, telling everybody was from Ireland, and they asked me what Ireland's like, I used to give them tips. Don't go to Belfast. Don't go to Dublin. Go out to the West Coast. Galway, Sligo, Cork, and all that. I'd
Yeah.
never been to these places. Never been to them before in my life. So I came back and I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do this backpacking shit, I need to actually discover my own home first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can actually back that up with facts.
Yeah.
So it came to, I always resort to YouTube. It came to lockdown, and I bought a bike for like 70 quid. Off some guy on Sandy Road. It was probably stealing bikes, fixing it. But I got it for 70 quid.
Oh,
I got
You're
a
not
big
gonna
stole
complain.
over lockdown actually.
I think that's what I bought.
Brilliant.
But so I was like, right, if I'm going to do something on the home turf, I want it to be monumental. I'm not going to do a road trip. Everybody can do a road trip right now. And here's me, I either want to walk it or cycle it. Walking's a bit of a far stretch. It's a bit too much. So
Many
it's like-
miles is it all in?
Well, we done 1,400, but you could like the Wild Atlantic Way itself is about 1,400. We went to the 4 points, most northern, southern, eastern,
Right.
and western, so you could stretch that out longer. It's the longest coastal drive in the world, I think it is.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So if you were to do the whole way round, you're maybe talking 5,000-6,000 if you were to do the whole coast.
Fuck.
But we went north, south, east, west.
Yeah.
So I typed it in the right. So we're doing the cycle thing.
1,400 miles, no joke. Like
It's long.
That's no
It's-
fucking joke,
It wasn't easy. We got there. So we're doing the whole lockdown thing, and me and my mate were cycling to Carrick and back, or Bangor and back, which ironically, Carrick was the start of the trip.
yeah.
And you go the whole way around the country, Bangor was the end of the trip. So where we were cycling back and forward to, you end up the start.
So you didn't even realise, but you were setting yourselves up for
We're
it.
setting it up for it, aye. So I typed in the YouTube, Cycle Ireland, seen a guy called Joe Barr. He's an endurance cyclist, and he actually came and met us on the cycle, and he cycled a similar cycle to us, 1,400 miles, called Race Around Ireland, in 5 days. with 2 hours sleep. 2 hours sleep. He cycles 250 miles.
That's madness.
Crazy.
That's giving my feet fucking pains right now.
He cycles like 200, 300, 400 miles in 24 hours, sleeps for 15 minutes, gets up and goes again.
Yeah.
So he done it 5 days, and I says, if he can do it in 5 days, I can do it in 5 weeks. And that was the plan behind it.
I thought you were going to say 4.5. Fuck.
Aye, 5 days.
I'm a strong mindset. I'm strong. So I said, we'll do it in 5 weeks. So we started planning during the lockdown, and as soon as the lockdown was lifted, which was, I'm near sure, the 20th of June 2020 would have been, we had our stuff ready, and as soon as announced the lockdowns on the, say, the Monday, we were away. That was us.
Long did it take you?
It took us 5 weeks. 5 weeks.
So you done it in 5 weeks,
done it
then?
in the 5 weeks, yeah.
I remember watching. I watched it, and the people were coming out and meeting you the whole way round. The
Whole way
fucking
round. Mate, that's another reason.
that's a great thing about social media, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just start posting stuff, and people share it, and then boom.
It takes off.
That's another reason I will start back when we were talking about why I call this whole island my island, because
Excuse me.
every county we were in the whole way around Ireland, people opened their doors to us. So I was like, that's my people, that's my country, both north and south. I love this island.
So is that what you done? Did you sleep in people's houses, or did you sleep? Did you camp? What was
the plan was to camp the whole way.
Yeah.
But after day 1, thank fuck we didn't have it. It was a disaster. We got about 60, 70 mile up Antrim coast, and we had a headwind for about 20 miles, so that's like double. So it felt like about 120 miles we cycled. And we got that campsite, and the guy said, you can't camp here.
What a dick.
He said, lockdown's only lifted. He said, but I live up the street. Pack your stuff up and you can stay in my garden. You can't stay outside. Yeah, it gets better, mate. It gets better. So we were like, we had our 2 tents up. We were ready to get in and go to bed. So I done, and you don't know, it's so miscellaneous and all this bullshit.
Everything has to be packed away correctly as well, too.
Yeah, so we packed it all back onto the back of the bike, and he says, follow me over to the car. So we get over to the car. He jumped into it, through the opposite direction, fucked off and left us.
Bollocks.
He said, you come to my garden, you can pitch your tent there, you can't stay here, it's the national trust. He fucked off and left us. We're like, what do we do? So we're stuck between, do we go back towards Cruising-Dull or to go forward towards Ballycastle? Now, from Cruising-Dun to Ballycastle, it's like this.
Yeah, I've drove it many a times. It's a fucking nightmare. Like.
It's all uphill. So we're like, there's no point going back. So we start cycling uphill this bastard hill. That brought many people up this hill and told them about this here. Goes for miles. But I got that breaking point halfway up, physically, mentally, every part.
Especially whenever you were ready to get down for the night. You were like, mentally, you were like, I'm getting a night's sleep here.
Getting a night's sleep.
Fucking hell.
So we've seen 3 houses, and I use the analogy, it's like the Teddy Bear's picnic. Like, one's too hot, one's too cold, one's just right. There was a house that people clearly lived in. The middle one was sort of like, does somebody live in there? And one was derelict. So I was like, well, I'm going to call and see if they'll let us stay, right? So we'll call they didn't answer. And clearly nobody answered this 1,800 times, you know what I mean? But I'm like, what do you do, man? What do you do? So I tried again, and we're like, fuck it, we're going to pitch a tent in the derelict house. I'm going to pitch it in a way that the house, if they came back to their house, they wouldn't see us out the kitchen window. Plus, it was on the main road. That bastard that fucked us off outside didn't see us again. So we ended up staying there, and I was about 80, 90 miles we done that day. And the grass was this high, jaggy nettles, midges, everything. We were on the tank going, right, this is day 1. What the fuck we do? What do we do here?
Is this an omen for what's ahead?
Like, we have 5 more weeks this year. But looking enough, a woman, I can't even remember her name. I wish I could, but she texts us and says, you stay in Castle Rock. And the next day we're doing the Causeway Coast. Right. At Jack, Castle Rock. We're like, well, we're going to stop at Castle Rock, but now we are. Now we are.
Things change.
Yeah,
Let's go.
We've got a house. So we come the first night. She let us stay. Pretty much the rest of the trip, we were staying in hotels or people's houses. We camped down in Killarney National Park for 2 or 3 days, and we loved it.
Yeah.
My favourite place in the whole island of Ireland.
I've never been now, but my granda always talked about Killarney, the lake so blue and all. He was saying, he says class.
You wouldn't even think you were in Ireland, you would think you're in New Zealand or something like that. Absolutely stunning. But
how many of you was are doing this?
2.
That's insane. Like, but it was a good. Like, I remember watching it, going fucking fair play. Like,
but only for the fact that people in Ireland opened their doors to us, letting us stay. People were paying for hotels. People were paying the charity. People were letting us stay with them. bookers in the hostel.
That's right, you done it for charity originally, didn't
We
you?
done it for
Must
mental
have you end
health.
up raising?
I think it was about 2.5 free. The charity themselves set their target,
Yeah.
which we had done to do.
Yeah.
So I think it was $2,000, and we maybe made 3.5 or something,
That's fucking good,
which
mate.
was good. Like,
That is good.
But
That's-
as you say, it's funny how you went from telling people I go here, and then you were like, I don't know fuck all about my country, and then you went and seen it, and everyone was so welcome, and you're like, shit, at least I wasn't lying to these
wasn't
people,
lying. I
because
learned-
you could have spoofed at all these wee farmers, but like, oh,
I
fucking
pitchforks and all. Get the fuck out of here.
some Frankenstein castle or something.
it was actually, it's weird how true it was. When I say the West Coast, the best seem to go Donegal, Sligo, Cork, or Galway, Kerry. The further south west you get, the better it gets. It's raw, authentic, real, proper Ireland. So it does
Yeah.
really nice.
So how long do you take out of your year to do these trips?
As long as necessary. You know what I mean?
And is there a lot of planning goes into them where you're right, I'm going here, and whatever happens is just a funny story?
A lot of them I do plan. A lot
I'm going to quote you on this and
Let me hear.
about funny stories, actually. The worst things that happen are always the best stories.
That is a quote for me.
Yeah, you said you quoted that, and I went, "That's fucking great." Because me and Dave have DJ gigs, the best gigs in the world, but we never have a good story. Like Creamfields and all, don't have cool stories from it. The wee shitty gigs we played where everything went wrong, we have great fucking stories
They're the
from
best
that.
ones, they're
That's
always
insane.
the
And that's
best
whenever you said that, I was like, "That's fucking cool." I'm gonna write that down for when I talk to you. But that's basically what you're saying there. Like it's like,
But even when
The-
you're a
no,
child or
if
anything,
things
and you
go-
go camping and you get washed out, it's fucking shit. And then a few weeks later, when you're sitting with your mates, like, oh, do you remember when that happened and we're all raging and you were fucking really angry and you have a laugh about it?
You don't tell people about the night you had a good night rest and everything went smooth.
Oh, no,
You
fuck.
never tell people about that. It's the best things, and
Yeah.
it's taking that mindset on in the present moment to win.
Yeah.
I learned a lot of that from my last trip. That, like, it took me 6 days to get home. My last trip home from back from Mexico, my flight was late by 17 hours. I was having panic attacks, anxiety. CS time.
yeah.
I loved every minute of it because I was like, "What the fuck can you do?"
you're in Orlando, mate.
You're in Orlando, and it's going to be the best story. It's like,
Aye.
just go with it. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing.
See that your first attitude is where I'm at. Like if it was a 17-hour delay, I would probably beat his fucking.
He's a full. I'm just
no,
strolling
I
about
am.
the airport and all, but be sweet, don't worry.
He's horizontal. I'm like fucking frights.
It's alright, mate. You could sleep there, Dave, for sweet. He's crawling the walls, mate. 3.5 hour delay last week, and he's fucking up in 2. I'm just like, sweet.
It is what it is, mate. The best stories always come from the bad shit in your life.
So is
Always
it,
do.
has there been anything that's been very like close to the knuckle where you thought, shit, this could be my number getting clocked here?
Actually, I wish I had a story where I nearly died. I do.
I'm not even died. Like
I have a
just
couple
where
of them.
you-
Oh, well, fuck if I know that.
Well,
Do you mean like you've been out, like you see these people on banged up abroad and all, and they've went out to the jungle just like yourself to be out there, and they get taken by some guerrilla warfare gang and kept hostage. It's just
I wish I had. Nothing.
I
I've had a couple of bad things happen, but
Yeah.
nothing really where you're like, I got dengue fever in Colombia, which you can't die from.
Yeah.
You can't
Aye,
die from.
yeah.
And
what is that? Explain. I'm not too familiar with that. Though.
It's similar to yellow fever. It's a virus from a bacterial virus from a mosquito.
Right.
Gets in your bloodstream.
So like malaria kind of as well.
Malaria, yellow fever, COVID, all that carry on. It's just fever, diarrhea, sick, vomit, all the
Yeah.
usual symptoms sort of thing.
Right.
Um,
Antibiotics sort that out.
if I was on a drip, so I'm pretty sure it would have been antibiotics.
Yeah.
Yeah, antibiotics. But I can't kill you. I wasn't close to death. It was just excruciating, but I was in hospital. But again, I
you
took
don't really want that to be happening whenever you're.
I took the positive way. So when I backpack and I stay in shared dorms, right?
Yeah.
There's always maybe 6, 8 or 10 people, other people in the room. And people are like, fuck, you're not shitting yourself in a Colombian hospital. And I was like, this is the first time in 6 months I've had a private room. I've got an ensuite. Why am I complaining?
I know.
I'm getting 3 meals a day by a fucking hot Colombian nurse. Why? What's there to worry about, man? Keep
Just
me
push
here.
the button.
I'll actually tell you the truth. See, the day the main doctor came around and was like, right, that's you have to check out. I rolled back over and pretended to go to sleep again. He came back about 3 hours later. He's like, you have to go. And I was like, fuck, I didn't want to go, man.
What's that like? I know over here, obviously, we have National Health Service. What's it like over here? You have to pay or insurance cover that? Insurance cover that?
Insurance. There was so it was a wee bit touch and cloth. So, lucky enough, so the week before I was in a place called Taganga, where you do scuba diving. It was a shithole. There's no roads or nothing. I moved to Santa Marta when I got sick, and the hospital was amazing.
Yeah.
You would think you were in the Lisburn Road or something. But when I went to check in, they were like, your insurance doesn't hold up with us.
Right.
So I was like, what do you do here? And they're like, look, you need urgent help. But so we'll get you a bed, and if your insurance checks out, it checks out. If not, you have to pay.
Right.
So I had to just take it. Like, I was
There's nothing you can do.
I'm in a wheelchair and all, man.
Yeah.
So I had to go in. But a home insurance company, and they were like, look, we're Allianz. We're one of the biggest companies in the world. I speak 7 languages or something. This guy was saying, I'll sort it.
Aye.
But this sort of chess match went on for
Yeah.
3 or 4 days. While I was down in bed going, like, if this doesn't check out, I'm going to be fee $4 grand down. And at this stage, it was about a month before the end of that trip. I didn't have $4 grand.
Yeah.
You're enjoying your luxury of it, but you don't really want to be paying for the fucking
Don't wanna
luxury
be-
of it at the
don't wanna
same
be paying
time.
for it there. So that put a lot of pressure on me, but it did check out, and the hospital was amazing. Now, I'm sure you could get bad hospitals like the one in Taganga, but that one was amazing. Like, 3 meals a day. I'll tell you actually a funny story, right? That's why I love about the hustle of the Colombian people, right? So they give you 3 meals a day, and they're hospital meals. They're like airplane meals.
Yeah. It's not the Ritz.
Nothing to brag about, but you're grateful for it. But I said to the nurse the first night, here's me, anywhere I can get pizza from. And there's anywhere Coca-Cola and Chris, and eat comfort food in that way. She was like, I'll go down and get you.
Send him down to fucking the shop at Cheap
Yes,
Street.
yes,
Bray Street.
on Bray Street, right. Go down, give me a barbecue, give me a Turks.
Get big faced.
I seeing that up there, right? So I sat them down, sort of did. Here's that's I love about them as well. You wouldn't get that. Imagine seeing that nurse in the Mirror Hospital. Here, run down to the Chinese for me.
Fuck off.
I'm fucking sure I'm not. So I
We didn't
sat.
even phone it for you, the cunt.
Just raking him in the flat head. His head's away. Even asking that there. So she went down, got the pizza, got my Coca-Cola, the Chris, my cookies and stuff like that. So the next night again, about 7 or 8 o'clock, I was a wee bit hungry. I sat her down. She says, I'll go down, but you need to buy me a chocolate brownie as well. So I was like, right, cool.
Is this a date?
I'll give you more than a chocolate brownie.
So I was like, right, no sweat, right? So the next night came, here's my pizza chocolate, says, I was out to buy me and my mate a chocolate brownie.
Getting the arm in here.
Here's me, right? I can see where this is going. So by the end of the week, I was banned the whole ward. I'm not even joking. The whole ward, so maybe 10 nurses and 10 people in beds, everybody was getting brought chocolate brownies. It only maybe cost me 20 quid, but I just loved the hustle. I was just like,
Fair play.
back to Colombian there.
Do you know what that is? That's like feeding the holiday cat.
It is.
You feed one, it comes back with all of its
You have to
mates.
find them all, but I loved that. I was like, I respect the Colombian hustle.
And
like,
she was doing you a turn.
And
the
so
end of
was
the day,
doing me a
like.
turn, so I ended up banning whole every night. I was banning the word chocolate brownies, and
Then in the back of your head, you're going, fuck, you may reimburse me when my insurance
my
doesn't clear.
insurance don't lie.
That happened to me with the insurance. Only my insurance didn't cover me. Me, my dad, and Blackie went to the Formula 1 in Barcelona, and my blood sugar went low. And the fucking ambulance lifted me. I don't remember anything before this. Ambulance lifted me, brought me to hospital. Insurance wouldn't pay. So at the end, your mum was like, your insurance wouldn't pay and all. It was like fucking 3,000. And he was like, but we can take it off you once you go home.
Yep.
And I was like, mate, I don't fucking have that here. He's like, don't worry, we'll take it off you when you go home. What's your name? And he goes, give us your passport. I give him a passport. Wrote everything down wrong. Different address, everything. The man completely flopped it. Completely went, that's all right, don't worry about it. And he handed me, went, don't worry about it, kid. I went on, mate. So whenever I got outside, I was like, my name's not Paul Barrett or something. I was like, your mom basically gave me it for free. Sort of fuck. Me and my dad, because this was on the first day, we were looking at the whole thing going, how the fuck did he get it all so wrong? And then we twigged on, it's because we couldn't do it, pay it. And that is off with it.
Somebody called Paul Barr. You was $3,000.
It's like someone's committed fraud. It's like, well, there was a doctor. It was
I
all legit.
can't remember the exact name, but it wasn't Jason
Aye.
Surgeon. It was not even close. My home address and all, not even close to what
What a
was
legend.
on my
You
English.
just shoot on up our own saying
That's it, mate, aye.
Oh, 100%.
But they're not all like that. You know what I mean?
No,
That's what I was lucky
no.
like.
Aye, but when life throws you a curveball like that, you just you go with it. You keep your mouth shut, and then you think about everything once you've got away from the
Aye, once you
situation,
get
and
away,
everything's
you're
in the clear. You're like, shit, that actually happened. I've got something for free here. Fucking right.
Away you go.
I noticed And I've only twigged on since you came in, actually, why you were missing for a couple of days on social media. Was that ayahuasca?
Ayahuasca, yeah. Ayahuasca, magic. Well, I posted my magic mushroom ceremony.
Did you?
Actually,
Maybe I missed that, but there was maybe a day or two, because most nights I went in and I went fucking sat in the house and went, at night time, watch the story. But there was maybe a day or two where there was none, and I was like, what the fuck's that?
I was posting predominantly on Instagram, but you have the option then to post on Facebook.
Yeah.
Some things wasn't posted on Facebook.
Maybe that's
my
what it was.
colours on Facebook. I don't want to see some things. But I done an ayahuasca ceremony, I done a magic mushroom ceremony, and I done San Pedro, which is known as mescaline.
What was I smoked DMT all the time, fucking sitting in the house. But what was the ayahuasca like? It's 8 hours or so in the 12.
You've no concept of time, reality, space.
It's just the one that make you drink the tea.
Yeah,
Makes you sick.
Yeah, I didn't purge.
Did you shit yourself? I've heard you can't.
You can do. I didn't purge as much because I done the combo first. I done that.
Right.
It makes you. It's so a free scars here.
What's a gambo?
So I've done it in Peru 4 years ago when I was there. I've done it twice. You can do it in Belfast, actually legal here, and I've done it while I was away that time. It is the discretions of a poisonous monkey frog.
I've seen that. The
I
toad or something.
I wouldn't trust that in Belfast. I would more trust that where it fucking comes from than in Belfast.
The toad, I've seen Mike Tyson always talking about.
Oh no,
the
he's
toad
talking
or something.
about Bufo. I'm booked in to do Bufo at the end of
Right.
the month. Bufo, that's Bufo Alvarez. It's
Get your lips done. I'm booked in to do that.
I'm booked in to be the strongest hallucinogenic in the world. It's all good.
It's with Carrie at 5. Tell her over here.
That's 5-MeO DMT he's talking about.
Yeah.
Combo is in the Amazon. There's a frog that excretes when it's being attacked a white poison. What they do is they scrape it off and they burn you. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
There.
Yeah.
So they burn you and they're called gates. And you drink 2 litres of water first. And once they administer that, within 30 seconds to a minute, you
Right.
immediately feel it. And yeah, your face will actually start to swell. Like a frog. Like a frog. It's a frog medicine. But it's,
That's a trip in
It's like a Monday after Remembrance Sunday.
Face, that's where I was too. I thought it was the 12th of November when I finished.
Fucking hell.
But so it's like a toxin that goes in your body quickly into your bloodstream, and your body will reactivate that out, and then obviously you drink the 2 litres beforehand. You'll purge that out, and then your shaman will get you to drink as much water as possible after that. And once you purge once, it's like drinking raw vodka or something. The last thing you want to do is put anything inside your body. But he's like, more water, and you're drinking it.
I struggle.
You're drinking it, and you just keep doing that till you've completely purged that out of your system. And they do that. So before you do ayahuasca, you do a dieta. A diet, as we call it in English. So it's.
I was going to say, I was like, I'm here. I
It's like, I noticed that while I was with us, so I forgot one language. I was experiencing on the Spanish.
I was like, I know what a dieta is. No, I was just agreeing with you.
I don't know. It's got they call it dieta. But the ayahuasca dieta is strict, man. It's like, right, so no salt, no sugar, no sex. Obviously, you're not allowed tattoos beforehand. You're not really meant to have social media. No red meat.
How long is this before?
2 weeks. Your shaman, each shaman's different. Your shaman's
Right, so
like
this
your
isn't like a day or two trip. This is a
The
proper.
more you purge your body out, the less lady. So ayahuasca is classed as a woman. You hallucinate and see a woman. I see lady ayahuasca. That's who takes you by the hand and teaches you what you need to be taught.
Okay.
But the longer you do your dieta for, the less you'll purge during it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So,
That's that, Jason.
yeah. I didn't stick to my dieta really, but I done the combo to clear a lot of shit out of my system and stuff like that there. But there was people in the same room as me that was purging. I mean purging. Whether that's being sick or shake themselves or just mentally, like people screaming.
I've seen videos of like just after they're down like weren't too far away from a river. It would seem it sounded like that, and the noises coming out of these people were insane. Like,
people like.
Does that affect you on your trip hearing that, or do you sort of like zone out?
Good question. So I've got into psychedelics recently, and we do magic mushroom ceremonies. The first one I done was about May or June, and the people that takes it says if the person beside you's crying or laughing, don't interfere. If they need to go through their either tears or their happiness.
Yeah.
Don't affect each other. So that like sort of subconsciously was in my head. If people screaming or laughing, that's gonna fuck all the do.
Yeah.
That them go through that, because you know what I mean, that way.
That's it.
But if you didn't have that mindset that I had, like if you were doing it or Dave was doing it, he might be like, fuck, they're screaming. That's getting the bottom of me.
See, it's one of those things, like whenever something awkward happens and you start getting the giggles, it's like somebody's having a bad time and you're like,
I should laugh.
That's why people's head goes over here, I feel, because whenever I was younger in Amsterdam and all, and we were all taking mushrooms and stuff, if someone done something stupid, everyone piled on, just like you would in like the lads' fucking school.
Yep.
And then that starts messing with their heads. Whereas, as you're saying there, that's the way it should be done. You should just let people be in their own bubble.
But that always bothered me when people were young here. Like, when something like that happened, or people were trying to do gear and enjoy themselves, and something happened, the wood pile on. It's like,
once you freak out,
enjoy themselves. Why are you trying to
actually told me that was doing the mushrooms as well is like, see if it goes bad.
Yeah.
The only way you'll freak out is when I need to get out of this situation.
Yeah.
They told
just
me. Just
write it out.
No, they told me not even to write it out, to go into it.
Yeah.
So anytime I'm like going through, like I'm tripping, I say, bring me everything you fucking got.
Yeah.
And you take it as a life lesson as well. If something goes wrong in your life, just say, come here, what can you do?
Yeah.
So like, does it affect you? It can affect people, but for me, it was like, plus you're going like, I'm a full tryptamine.
I love it, man.
It's strong.
See, the maddest trip I ever had on that, I've been trying to get him to do it. Right, so I knew I was eating Chinese every day, fucking not doing much. And there was like this arrow coming down, going like out there, pointing to my heart.
Right.
And I just went with it. I just went in. And every like 2 seconds it changed from like McDonald's to fucking like KFC, everything. And then it just went boom at the end and blew up. Right. And I came straight out like after 10 minutes later or something, and Heller was waiting on her go, because me and her would watch each other, and I was like, here, I have to stop eating shit. Like, why? I was like, I'm going to have a heart attack if I don't. Like, I freaked out, and it did. But maybe it was something, but it was definitely something telling me, yo, relax.
Well, the thing is here, right, and I say this on my videos while I was away, but I'll say it in case anybody else wants to hear. What if we used on planet Earth to treat mental health conditions for as far back, like the Aztecs, the Mayans, the dynasty, the Egyptians, even in Europe and America up until 1971, the Reagan administration, we were using psychedelics to treat them, and then
it's only now, like this year, they've started redoing it.
Start redoing them. So you think about 1971, it's 2023. There's what's that, a 40, 50 year period
where it's just been
where it's been a hippie drug under the class A substance. Scrub that 50 years. 50 years is a small time. And
it's the grand scheme of things.
The rest of this time on planet Earth, we have been using mushrooms, ayahuasca, mescaline, peyote.
But it's natural. It comes from the earth. We've talked about this quite a lot. It's the same as weed as well. We actually have a guy coming in, N.I. Callaghay from up in Ballymena, I think it is. He's got the first legal weed shop in the UK, but it's for medicinal purposes. Exactly. But again, everybody was hippie drug. Oh yeah, you can't take all that. That's going to be bad for you. And now there's like a new generations come through. They're experimenting with
the medicinal properties.
None of us are actually dying. And like, to be fair, since you've smoked DMT, like I've known you for a good while, and I have actually watched you change. Even the way you've calmed down about a lot of shit. That's what's making me.
I don't
do it. I think I need to
see with me. Like, I don't see if something goes wrong. I'm just like, there's not a thing I can do about it now. I don't panic about it at all now. Whereas before I used to get loads of anxiety, like, this fucking dickhead done this or they done that. Now I'm just like, all right. See, he's like, I'm running about an airport after him going, Dave, relax. We'll get on the flight in a half an hour. It's only a 30-minute delay.
I do think
it's eradicate. Putting is, anybody that's been close enough to know me, and hence why I done the Ireland cycle, because I've suffered mentally my whole life. I've actually. And this is a bit of a touchy subject because I know a lot of people actually have attempted suicide before my life. Yeah. But psychedelics is one of the main things that's completely eradicated that there.
Yeah.
Eradicated that there.
That's what you hear a lot of people saying, and it's now what they're starting to try for people with PTSD and all that there. And it's like, as you said, there's been 50 years of where that was just suppressed going, nah. But there's been thousands of years beforehand where everyone was like, yeah, this is fine.
They're now doing studies in England and Scotland as well, where they're taking people with treatment-resistant anxiety and depression. They've had anxiety and depression for 20 years. You have to have been on 3 different ASSR inhibitors.
They're no good either, them things. Like, they completely take all your feeling away.
They nearly killed me, mate. I took them, mate. I remember wanting to cry and couldn't cry. They just numb you.
Yeah.
But they're taking like 20...
That's scary. It's like, but that's legal. But these things that come from the earth, oh, they're bad. Can't do them. They're going to harm you. But here, take all our pharmaceutical shit.
I think selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors numb the pain. Psychedelics are getting the root cause. Like he says,
it's like rewiring shit.
Rewiring. He's seen like McDonald's and KFC, and he's eating a lot of shit, and that's like an epiphany moment that I need to start eating healthier. And I got that with ayahuasca. I got that with mushrooms, and I got that with mescaline. Every one was a profound experience in my life. Right?
Yeah.
It brought me. It's scary. It's one of the most scary things. It'll bring you to trances of human psyche, but it'll then open the door and say, right, this is...
Come on in and give you a hug. We're good.
Yeah.
See the time I done, after I done the combo.
Even that, like, whatever you said about that, how has some tribe back in the day decided, see if we take this white poison from this frog and we burn it and roll it on our skin in a certain way and do this, we'll get fucking high and find all this mad stuff about life.
It's just trying new things. Don't eat that. Why? Fucking Steve died eating that. We'll try this one. Who's at that one? No one yet. No one yet. Do you want to be the first? Oh, fucking I'll give it a go.
That's actually what all the human sacrifices were. It wasn't for the gods. Like, right, let's see if this medicine works. No, into the chamber.
I think ayahuasca is the most profound out of them all because
the way they have to process that.
They have to take 2 fangs from 2 different trees in the Amazon, and there's like thousands of trees in the basin.
Makes you be able to digest it because your body, there's a MEO inhibitor or something your body produces, and then the bark or something they put in makes your body, it blocks that inhibitor, which is like, that's a lot of fucking science to work that shit out. Do you know how many trees you would have had to try?
Go through in the Amazon.
But it goes back to what we said at the start. What makes us more advanced than them? Because that's far, like, people living in the jungle who can find all that there to bring them together to make this happen without all our magical fucking science and all this.
They're just living off the land. They're living off the seas.
They're living the way it should be done.
Yeah, they're living off what they know.
Crazy. So, see your trip, do you remember it vividly? Because see, sometimes when I smoke the MT, it's just mad geometric shapes and all. You don't really, you don't really go, you don't break through. Then there's other times you break through, but when you come out of it, it's not like 99% of the stuff that happens you don't remember. If that makes sense. Is that what that ayahuasca's like, or do you?
Obviously, like as times went on, when was I last took ayahuasca 4 weeks ago? Obviously, as time goes on, the memories fade, but the knowledge hasn't went, and the mindset hasn't went. But I remembered. It was a lot of, as you say, geometric shapes. That is DMT. That's dimethyltryptamine. It's a lot of very, very powerful hallucinogenic. But I seen things in my childhood when I was 2, 3, 4 that I can't remember as an adult.
Right.
That maybe wasn't a bad event then, but whatever happened to me then has made me be like, I realised I was passive aggressive. I used to have this trait where I'd be angry or upset at you for no reason, but I'd expect you to understand why you are. And if you didn't understand, I would then be more upset at you. That's the definition of passive aggressive.
Yeah.
And it showed me why I was like that there. So, and it shows you times 10, as in it makes you feel really sad and somber.
Yeah.
Why have
all
I been like that?
Regrets of way you've treated people and
treated
stuff.
People, treated family members, treated maybe ex-girlfriends, treated ex-friends, treated people in your life. But then it then shows you how to change that and how to nip out the bud and how to become. And it's like you have to go through the trances, and it's scary. And when you're on DMT, it feels like eternity. There's no concept of time. Like, it might have been 5 minutes, it might have been 5 hours. I don't know.
You don't know.
But it was scary.
But for you to be rebuilt, you have to be able to accept, I have done some things that I don't like, but for me to do this, I need to accept it.
Do you know what I learned about psychedelics and it learned me about life was letting go? I got this with a mushroom trip. I think the mushroom trip was before the ayahuasca. No, sorry, it was after the ayahuasca. I took 2.5 grams. It's not a heavy dose. 1 gram will get you
Yeah, four's the god.
The God, yeah, 2.5, but they were strong Cubances that blew mold and cold in them. I knew they were going to hit hard, but one in the fours from Shaman that done the combo, and he thought we were going to swim the lake.
Yeah.
But I lay down, and I couldn't get back up for, I think it was about 5 hours, and I had you know what an ego death is?
Yeah.
I had a proper, anybody that doesn't know what ego death, it's just, you completely, your whole self as a human, there is no Dean McCrudden, there is no,
Yeah.
your whole self, your body, everything dissipates and you're just pure consciousness.
I haven't bought a Stone Island jacket in a couple of years.
No.
Sort of fuck with.
But I learned about the letting go part was, so I lay back and I got really strong and my whole body disappeared. I had no body, no physical body, I was pure consciousness. And I died and was reborn about 1,000 times. I felt like 1,000 times, maybe 10 minutes. But I then went really somber and dark at one stage. For again, there's no concept of time. I'm going to guess maybe half an hour, but I lay there in pure sadness. When I say lay there, it didn't feel like I was physically laying there. I was just floating.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, I'm dead. I was like, I've really fucked you. You really pushed the boat out this time, Dean.
I shouldn't be laughing, but I can imagine just sort of having
Yeah.
a conversation going,
This is the-
so you fucking done it this time, Dick.
Yeah, this was the audible voice going on saying in my head, right, Dean, you've really fucked it this time, man. Like you pushed the boat out, you didn't have to do this here, but that was the last of my ego clenching on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hold on, trying to survive. And then I just remember when I let go, I says, right, you're dead, you're gone. What can you do? Take me. Take me. And as soon as I said that, and I mean nearly as soon as I seen, I felt I was hugged from the universe. And it wasn't just a hug like the person you love the most gives you or somebody you really care about. It was like the trees, the forest, the mountains, the sky, everybody I've ever hated, loved, known, whether you were an Aztec man or a jet, everything possible hugged me. And I just lay in pure ecstasy. And I remember my physical body coming back, and I remember screaming. My shame was probably saying, what the fuck's going on here? I remember just screaming, I love you. And I was shouting, I love you to the birds, to the trees. Everybody, see if you dislike me, I don't give a fuck, I love you. See if you've had an argument with me, I don't give a fuck, I love you. That's why it was, just I love you all.
But you had to accept the fact that you were dead before.
I had accepted I was gone. It just took me all
That sounds beautiful, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why people don't want
Yeah.
to try it. Like, this is what I don't understand. Like,
Being sick puts me off.
yeah, people are like drinking vodka. I wouldn't do that magic mushroom stuff, no. You're like,
Well, it's even
it's beneficial to
It's
you.
beneficial,
It can
yes.
be.
Like I've said that to
The
you. We
active
would go to
ingredient
gigs.
the active ingredient in magic mushrooms, psilocybin, is the closest molecule to serotonin. Same
Yeah.
with dimethyltryptamine.
Yeah.
It's
You
meant to be.
produce it when you dream.
Yeah, you dream. So it's
It's
like
all stuff that's within
within
the
you.
body or
Same
within
with-
all.
See, if you take mushrooms and get drug tested, doesn't, or DMT, sorry, you take DMT and they drug test you straight after.
You'll not-
You'll not pop
you'll
because
not
it's
pop.
already in there.
It's already in there, yeah.
Madness.
It's like
But that sounds, it sounds scary.
scary,
But like, unless you, like, I've done many psychedelics, I understand what you're going through there, and
But you also
it's
have to
actually
be willing. It's kind of like
you have to let go.
Before
Like,
you call me the name that you've been calling me for a year, it is kind of like the Matrix. There's some people who are not interested in having their eyes opened to just being, life could be a bit better if you weren't a dick and have just done this. And there's some people like I've been talking about this to you for the last few months. Like I'm just like I need to fucking.
I know.
I need
Need
something.
to learn
Like,
to let go.
I need to dust out a few.
we'll get
cobwebs.
a hang of fucking mushrooms and we'll do a podcast.
I will,
Let's do it.
I will do a podcast. I'll
Then
do
look at his
it.
eyes. You're like, I'll do it.
No,
We'll go live on fucking Twitch and let's go.
Jesus, no.
Bring a PlayStation in too.
That would be the
See,
end
you
of
get
it.
an ego death, right? And you learn to you learn to teach yourself, I'm not happy, I'm not sad, I'm not funny, I'm not energetic, I'm not lethargic, I'm not all this shit. I'm just me. That's who I am. And I don't give a fuck what I am. That's a proper ego death. But seeing you carry that concept and mindset on your daily life, I'm unapologetically me. I'll never apologize for being me again. So if I'm sad, I'll be sad. So if I'm happy, I'm happy. If whatever it is, and you need to go for an ego death like I had. I literally died for maybe half an hour, but I felt like 1,000 times and reborn. And it took me to just say, you know what, I am me, and I don't give a
You
fuck.
don't like it, see ya.
But even
That's
as you
it.
said at the start of it, like you might not remember all of your trip, but the message that you got from that will resonate with you forever. And it's like, right,
It's hard to explain, isn't it, to someone that hasn't. Like with DMT, I've done mushrooms a few times. I've done DMT way more than I've done mushrooms. Like it's unbelievable, as cringy as that sounds. It's actually unbelievable. You will never imagine what it's like until you're in there. Like,
see, I've done mushrooms when I was younger. I've done LSD when I was younger once. Like, but again, it was whenever I was stupid and I was partying. I wasn't doing it for let's have a cleansing.
You're doing it with fucking ease.
Let's get wiped out, and someone's like, "Here's an LSD," and you're like, "Okay, well, let's see what rabbit hole I'm going down now."
Do it therapeutically, it'll teach us. So, see, after that ego death, when I came back and felt my body, I remember looking up. This is when, so I pulled my hood up while I was doing it. There was no hood when I was that disappeared. But
it was imaginary.
Everything just disappeared. But I remember sort of getting my body back, and I pulled my hood up and was like, "Wait, Alberto's down there swimming in the water. He's all good." But I remember looking up and seeing a branch of a tree, and it was blooming and it was alive, and I could actually see the tree breathe.
You'd feel it.
I could feel it, but I remember looking out for about, again, no concept at the time. It was maybe 10, 15 minutes, and then it blinked and opened, and it was dead.
Right.
The leaves that fell off it went all brown, and I was like
a metaphor. It's like I blink and you'll miss it kind of thing.
That's a good metaphor too. That's not what I took. Well, that's something similar. I remember starting going, "What happened to you? You were alive a minute ago. You're dead." I was talking to this branch. I was like, where the fuck did you go? And then the penny dropped. And I was like, just like that branch of tree, everything's going to die, everything's going to go.
Yeah.
So why the fuck are you worrying about something that happened yesterday, and why are you worrying about something that's going to happen tomorrow? Because they're not here. Everything at the end and go on, just enjoy right now. The only thing
you can do is the present.
I'm sitting facing you. I'm sitting facing you.
Yeah.
What's going on out there? What happened yesterday? It's irrelevant.
And a lot of people, especially with the phone situations, you know what I mean? People are like, "Oh, right, but you're sitting talking to me." That's why I like doing this too, because the phones are away. I've got notes up. That's what I'm reading there. But that's on Facebook. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I like. Even whenever me and him just do it, whenever we have guests on or we're doing Zoom things, you're fully in. You're in. Yeah, that doesn't happen no more. See, even whenever we are on tour, we were fucking in the hotel and one of us is on her phone posting videos, or you know what I mean? You talk, but you're work. I know, but you're not actually
present.
Deep conversations. Do you know what I mean? That's the bad thing about social media these days. It does.
It's so important for your brand, but it's also destroyed society. Completely destroyed society, and I especially like we've kids growing up into a world that's already like. They will never know the world the way that we know it before. Like we are the last generation of people who didn't have internet. There was a small portion of our childhood where we actually were free of all that shit.
We were blessed. What would you say you were 36? I'm 34, so we grew, and you're 32?
33.
33.
So there was the period before that we fucking
came
in and destroyed the world.
We were climbing the trees, and I was going out hunting, fishing and all, and I was 10, loving life, mate.
And you were allowed to go out before like pedophiles were going to steal you off every fucking street corner and all sorts of...
I take my kids out fishing, and they're like, "Can I bring you an iPod?" And I'm like, no. Like they don't want to know. Whenever I bring them out, they end up going and sitting on the bench on the iPads while I fish. And like, I was trying to teach you how to catch fish.
The dopamine
releases as well. That's what I was about to say. My kids can turn off the parental fucking... I don't know how they worked it out, but the wee fuckers keep turning it off. And I'm like, I just get the password.
But I always remember when I was a child, back when we had fucking landline telephones, and my mum and dad had a pin on it to stop my sister phoning her friends.
Right.
But she'd figured it out, and then decided to buy a payphone. I'm like, well, fuck yeah, if you're going to do it, we'll stop you. And she figured out how to open it without a key and just kept reusing the money that was already in it. So she was just the same fucking thing. It's like kids they're like fucking people in jail. They will figure out how to get past everything you set up. It doesn't matter.
They do all right. We done the same though. Like fucking you knew your man had 1 or 2 laters in the house, and you needed one of them laters. You were getting one of them laters out of the house, like, and it was going straight back when you get home to where it was sitting.
I heard you were saying about unlocking. You were about 15 or 16. There was a block of the porno shop. Yeah, they got away to get in the adult Friday night.
That's not right. Well,
there was a 10-minute freeview anyway.
You always figured it out, didn't you?
Whenever I walk around that fucking Woodville Park, I fucking mount the dog shade. What's a dog shade like over there?
The dog shade?
I'm being serious. I was in Spain a couple of weeks ago, mate, and there wasn't one peck of dog shit the whole time I was
I
there.
agree with you. In Lanzarote, I was like, this is so much better than East
See, you walk
Belfast.
up that street, mate.
That's actually a good question because there's always fucking stray dogs in South America. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen any
Never
dog
did.
shit.
Because you'd remember if you stood in it, like, you know what I mean?
haven't
Because they're
seen
all
any
cleaner
dog
than
shit.
us.
I've never seen any dog shit while I was away. That's actually a good question. It's actually me. I'm going to land bed and there's no dog shit.
That's what
everywhere.
I was going, my brain works fucking terrible. Hellers goes, well, I says, I haven't stood in one bit of dog shit. See, I walked through that park with my dog, walking over the grass, and all, you're fucking standing all over the shit.
What's the one place? Because there's one place that I would go. I would sell my soul in a heartbeat to go. But if there's one place you could go that you haven't already been to,
Oh, fuck, you're hitting me with
there's
that
no
one. That's a good one.
resources a problem. You've got all the money you want. Where's the one spot you would go to say, fucking right, I have now achieved the epitome of what I want to do?
Nepal. Can't man do Nepal.
Everest? Did you do Everest?
Everest base. Maybe not. I wouldn't fuck with the mountain I got there. Everest is Everest. I'll go to base camp. And I will go to base
Yeah.
camp. I don't think I would actually attempt Everest myself.
How high is that up?
Base camp is 5'6".
That's fucked.
Yeah,
That's not 5 foot 6.
I know.
6.
Because I seen a couple of videos of you were doing one when you were away there and you were struggling with the altitude.
Yeah.
The donkey or something. You're like,
Oh,
these wankers on that. Go and check out a video if you can.
Pretty much the whole time I was in Peru's a very high altitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Cusco's 3.6. I think the highest I went to was 5 or something, but it is La Paz, Bolivia, highest capital city in the world. Don't quote me on this. I think it's 4.
Yeah.
You're maybe walking here to say your upstairs bathroom and you're nearly taking a panic attack.
Is it that bad?
Especially if you smoke as well. I wasn't smoking fake. I was smoking figs, but it is really fucking bad. I had altitude sickness before. I got altitude sickness at 2.5.
I mean, I remember we walked up Cave Hill before we were kids and James Edwards got up there, that music. He goes, mate, I think I have altitude sickness. And we all just fuck off.
About 100 meters up.
We all rolled back down the hill laughing
I
our balls
love
off. Mate. But no, it does. I don't think I've never been in a high place where I've had to walk about.
I was naive to altitude sickness the first time I went to Peru, so
He's like, to load of balls.
I had never even heard of it. So
Right.
I got to Lima and we were doing the Inca track and we flew into Cusco. It's 3.6 and everybody I was with doing the tour was like 40 and above. This was my 40th birthday and they were like, you need to take your time, Max. So I was taking them, not knowing what they were for, not knowing what altitude was for. Fast forward 2 months, I went to the Caribbean coast of Colombia and then came from the Caribbean coast to Bogota, which is 2.6. You get an altitude sickness about 2.5. I remember day 2 taking what I thought was a panic attack at the time.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, I don't feel good here.
Yeah.
But I just read the storms, like it's anxiety, but it got worse and worse. I was getting palpitations. I was fucking getting...
And then obviously you're panicking about that as well.
Again, it could give you like suicidal thoughts and all because it's a lack of oxygen.
Yes.
Brain, you're
Yeah.
slowly dying.
I think you're starving your brain of oxygen.
Yeah, so it's like a pulmonary edema, it's called. So about day 5, I was like, right, Dean, this is an anxiety. And there felt like this before, and I Googled it, and I was like, altitude. I was like, shit. So it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Jumped on a bus and got the lower altitude and disappeared like out there.
That quick, like,
Not quick. As soon as I got on the bus, I was in the bus.
Fucking hell.
The bus was like a 7.
I wish the bosses here were that fucking good.
There's places in like Bogota where you can buy oxygen tanks and
Yeah.
stuff like out there. But I was already in hospital
Yeah.
about
Aye.
a week before, 2 weeks
Oh,
before.
shit,
So
right,
it
so
didn't-
I said that wouldn't your immune
You're
system all
recovering
would have
from
been-
that.
Not even
last
that.
night.
I didn't want to phone insurance and say, right, I had dengue fever.
This guy's taking the piss.
Now I've got altitude sickness. Just say, Dean, fuck off, just come home. You know what I mean? So
Oh, brilliant.
got the lower altitude and it was fine, but it learned me this time around. And I put that in my videos. You don't fuck with altitude, man. Like, honestly.
I seen them. I seen it when you were saying, but even like you were actually in a town, you were walking up like a cobbled street,
Yep.
and you were talking, but you were like, yes, and like you were definitely gasping, like.
That was probably Cusco 3.6, and then if you're going like the top of the city, you're maybe going to 3.8.
Yeah.
That is high altitude. Average base camp track is 5.6, and then
I see
Everest
it.
itself is 8.
I watch them all the time on the old TikTok. No people climbing up the Everest, like,
Yeah.
and it's fucking madness.
2 months it takes to climb Everest. People
Is that what it is?
2 months. You 10 days to base camp. You have to stay in base camp for 2 weeks, and then you go camp 1 back down, camp 2 back
What
down.
camp is the death zone?
After camp 4?
After camp 4's death zone now.
8,000 metres and above. That's where there's only 14 peaks.
Yeah.
Annapurna and all the stuff. It has the 8,000 after camp 4. But you go to base camp 2 weeks to climb days, and then the hardest part of Everest is weird.
Definitely climbing Everest. Like, you know far too much about this to not be climbing Everest.
The hardest part of Everest is actually to start. The fact start at base camp is called the Kumbo Icefall. That's where all the crevasses and all stuff.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part or something.
Yeah.
You go to camp 1 back down, camp 2 back down, 3 back down, 4 back down, and then you do your bit.
Yeah. It's madness climbing over the
adjust
bodies and all.
All the bodies, no, but what can you do?
No, mate, you don't have the energy to help. Me and him watched the one on the podcast the other week, a video where someone had just fell and broke his ankle. It was one of the Sherpas or something.
Yep.
He had just tumbled over and broke his ankle. This cunt was still alive.
They were all just
Everyone
climbing
was
over.
just like bouncing over him.
Just
mate.
keep going,
Like,
keep
fucking
going.
nothing you can do here.
I'd be the same.
Your humanity though would be like, well, you might be going to die, but you're still alive. A wee fucking cup of tea before you die there, mate. Rather than, I want to get up this mountain quick as fuck. See you.
Hey, but you can't get him back down. That's the
You
thing.
can't, you
There's-
can't get them back down.
But you can give someone a final 5 minutes of a bit of humanity.
You don't have the energy. This is the thing.
Yeah, your 5 minutes is may kill you.
No,
You know
that's
what
what
I
I
mean?
mean, it's
Every man
very-
for himself.
It's very life and death in Everest, yeah. Very life and death. It's like no, and as he says, you don't have the energy. Like I'm walking maybe 4,000 meters, and I'm
Yeah.
struggling
Yeah.
to have a conversation with you. So at 8,000, think I'm gonna want to.
I didn't even
I don't
fucking
even
see
notice
you.
you. I really get the fuck.
I thought you were an angel here to help me, mate.
See, whenever you've done the Machu Picchu thing over there, how high is it? Is it high?
Machu Picchu is not well. It is. It's still like 2.8.
Right. There was one thing you done that I would have enjoyed that we walked along the train track.
Yes.
How many miles is that?
About
4 or 5, I think you said.
maybe 4 or 5. Took 2 hours.
But
walking.
that's my like. Train track's pretty flat, like I was like,
Yeah.
but I do like that's why I like I climb up mountain most days, like up a black mountain right up the top and back down again.
Some
but
flex
I
on
do, I know. Need to lose a belly. But again, DMT told me. But no, like I do enjoy it. But that whenever you were doing that, I was like, fuck, I like that. You could just hear the jungle.
Yeah.
The jungle was
jungle,
singing, mate.
eh?
It was cool.
That
Like.
was my favourite part. So when you go to Machu Picchu, you can do the Inca track, which is the Rizal, the thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a walk. You can do the Salcantay track. I didn't like the Salcantay track. The Inca track, you actually walk from a start point and walk actually in the Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
The Salcantay track felt like 5 day tours.
I was like, the go and see this, go and see that,
Yeah,
and then
you're
you will
gonna-
end up at the temples.
Well, you up in the mountain, come back down, in the mountain, come back down. And day 4, you end up in the south town and you just walk along the tracks to
Yeah.
the town below Machu Picchu, Aguas Calientes, and that's where you get your ticket to Machu Picchu. So it's
Right.
like you're just going there for a day tour and then going. But that walk along that train track,
Yeah.
holy.
That's what you're there
There is trains going back and
Oh,
forward,
there's
yeah.
trains, yeah.
So you just have to listen, no
you just
headphones,
have to
like.
listen, no, you just have to be, yeah. It's every maybe half an hour. I got the train back. Actually, it's one of the most luxurious trains you
Yeah.
ever get on your life. Because many trains goes to one wonders of the world.
You said that actually, I remember you.
Do you know what I
That's
mean?
right
That way, but that walk was unbelievable because I prefer the jungle and the mountains myself. And the Inca track, you do 2 days mountain, Andes Mountains, 2 days Amazon.
Yeah.
Rainforest. Salcantay track's more in the Andes Mountains, and then that last day you're actually walking in the jungle and you can hear just all.
I like that,
and you're
mate.
immersed in it.
Is there monkeys and stuff there? Or not necessarily monkeys, but wildlife. You seeing much wildlife?
I didn't see not along that walk. You didn't
Probably
see
because
much.
it's so busy too. Though.
So busy, and it's the jungle
The
usually
wildlife
comes
knows
alive
now.
at night time. I done a walk through the Amazon rainforest during the day, and it's pretty quiet. When you go through there at night time, you
Yeah.
turn your torch on.
Yeah, everything.
Trots,
Yeah.
snakes. So
It's
good, yeah.
dinner time for them at night time.
That's when they all
Yeah.
they become predators during the day. They're maybe hiding, chilling or something. And the jungle's pretty quiet during the day. At night time, when you go through the jungle, fucking monkeys, snakes, tarantulas,
Yeah.
every and insects you wouldn't even know.
Yeah. It's fucking
yeah,
big massive
I'm a
fucking
bit
thing.
of an arachnophobe. What do you call it?
I know what you're on
I'm
about.
a wee bit of an arachnophobia. But it's good. Like it's good.
How do you acclimatise to coming back to just normal shitty life
Is that
after doing
bad
these
for the-
class things?
Mental health.
Mental
it is.
health. because you were saying about mental health and what he was saying is correct. Like whenever you're on such a high, because I get it whenever I come back from touring or I come back from holiday. Like you come back and you're like, fuck's sake, this again.
That's what we get it for 24 hours. Like what you're doing is full stints of stuff that's making you like.
That's our travel. Like
you're actually being a better human being, and then coming back to this dreary, shitty 9 to 5 fucking life.
It's not good for your mental health. My family always says that. My mum worries about me when I'm home and doesn't when I'm away.
yeah,
And it's like you come back this energetic person, this person with like a lot of good like philosophy in life, and slowly it's trying not to slip back into it.
yeah.
But that just shows you how much society chips away. Like, because that's the way you should be, and then you just come back to normal life the way that life is now.
Yeah.
But then the buzz of planning
yeah.
the next one, is that what keeps you
That's
going?
what
Like
keeps you going. Yeah. I mean, the first 2 weeks you come back, you love it. Like,
Yeah.
people
telling your story.
telling your story and people's buying you pints in the bar and all. I don't think I put my hand in my pocket and sorry to eat that much and stuff like that there. That's all good crack and all. But I remember coming back from South America. I was on my 30th birthday. The first time I left.
The first time you turned 30?
No, the first time. Fuck, I feel like what, 60 am I? Well, I was in the tavern. It's only around the corner, and all my friends were. I had a bit of a leaving do, and I remember coming back 6-7 months later, and I was excited to see everybody. And within a half an hour sitting there, no offense to these people, but I was like, they're just talking about the same stuff like 7 months ago.
Yeah, nothing has changed.
It's
You're
mad.
still in your same little spot, and
I
don't grow.
remember such and such done this.
Yes,
Remember she
it's
done that.
very gossipy and drama, like where when you're backpacking, people's all got these.
You're right, like that. Like obviously, I don't socialise much outside of this and DJing. Like most weekends, say whenever we go away, we go out that morning or
We're
back the
food
next morning. It's
hermits.
24 hours, like,
Hours.
but that's it. But whenever I do catch up with people, it's the same shit over and over
Yeah.
again. Like,
Over again, nobody's
like-
changed. Nobody's trying to change.
Nah, no.
Nobody,
Yeah.
nobody wants to
But
change.
they complain about the same shit, but aren't willing to do stuff to change the shit situation that they're in, or to change their attitude.
I've
towards
always
it.
said this to people, right? I'll listen to anybody. See if you have a problem or issue with me,
Mm.
or an issue with your life, I'll listen to you till the cows come home.
Yeah.
But see if I give you my face and until you come back to me 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks a year with the same issue, I don't want to hear. Because
I cut
you told
friends
me
out of
about
my
it,
life for the same
but
thing.
you haven't changed it.
Yeah.
Have you tried to change it? No. We'll go and try and change it and come back to me.
everyone has a path, and it's whether you're willing to fight for your own path. Like you have to, like nothing. Like we have built this, we have made a decent career, but like it wasn't easy. It took us 10 years to start making money,
I didn't
like
have
proper money. Like you know what I mean? It's
The longest overnight success story.
that's what it is. Like people are like, oh, where'd you come from? What do you mean? We've been doing this man for 10 years.
Yeah.
I said that to you when I first came. I remember seeing this, guys, and it was at or this studio.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
completely empty. It was,
Yeah.
it was bricks and mortar.
I know
last
that's
time I was
it. But like this is like I didn't. Me and Dave sat together and went, right, this is the goal. There was been loads of times where like this probably isn't going to work.
Yeah.
But we continue to show up every
have we
day.
been
It's just
off
like,
one
do
of
you know what I
the-
mean? And this is what people don't understand. Like, if you, no one's going to come and say, "Yo, Mark, whoever, I don't know, whoever here, there's all your dreams. Just take this envelope. That's all your dreams in it." It doesn't work like that.
No.
You have to fucking bite down on the bullet and go, "Let's go."
Let's go. And
But
let's
people
make it
don't
happen.
understand that.
They don't. People are just conditioned to be happy with the 9 to 5 and the norm, and
Yeah.
this is what, like I said. You asked me what was the first thing made me want to go backpacking. Everybody around me was doing the same shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Maybe when I'm 35 or 40, I'll maybe want all that there. But right now,
You've a
I-
life
But
to
why,
live.
why
Have a
you've
life.
got the time to do it?
well, I've got
Why
the
not?
time, the health, the energy to do it. I don't want that just now.
Yeah.
I don't want that just now.
Well, fair play to you. And thanks very much for doing this. We really enjoyed it, and we'll do it again.
No, it's been a
I feel like there's a lot more stories
Yes.
within you there to come out.
Oh, there's I'm really getting warmed up there, so I'm doing the stretches.
See, I told you after 5 minutes, it's fine.
It does take 5 minutes. Everyone, see, whenever you're doing it for the first time, it's all right whenever you repeat doing it with people because
Yep.
you know, but it takes 5 minutes. But
Yeah.
I do appreciate it. Social media, tell them where your social media is. Tell them to come and say hello.
Instagram, Dean McCrudden 1, I think my Instagram
Yeah.
is. TikTok, I've only new to TikTok, so I'll not be
Here.
posting much until my next trip. But Dean McCrudden 89, I think.
Yep. We will link all that in, and
Yep.
definitely go and check him out and check all those videos out that he has posted from the previous ships. trips and you will be entertained.
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
very
one thing,
funny.
you're very articulate in what you do. Like watching your videos, this is one thing. See, whenever you're doing things, it's alright being knowledgeable about a situation or about traveling or whatever, but if you're not funny and if you can't explain it in a nice way,
Yeah.
people get bored and move on. Where you were funny but very knowledgeable in the situation, so fair play to you for that.
Thank you, mate. That was one of the things I tried to take on board. I said I wanted to. I obviously didn't have a GoPro, so all of God's Instagram stories. So I said I wanted to try and make people feel like they were there as much as. It's hard to put your camera in somebody's face.
Yeah.
But I tried to bring locals into it. I tried to be funny because people like humour, and I try to be knowledgeable as well.
Well,
and I appreciated you noticed that.
I did,
I
mate.
noticed that.
I
so
did, and I
thank
look
you.
forward to your next trip. But yep, we'll definitely do it again before the end of the year. Dean, thank you, mate.
Yeah, thank you for coming on,
Thanks,
John.
everyone.
Appreciate it.
Right, everyone, our remix of Bits and Pieces is out now. Go download for free over on our SoundCloud, and Kick the Funk will be released in the next couple of weeks. Please buy that, share it, everything. Appreciate it. Thanks again. See you next week.
Till next week.